what we do here is go back.
Good day mga sir, my name is Motoprof. I love riding and I'm amazed with our country's rich history. Join me as we venture into the roads and pavements of our past, learn important events that shape our nation, and enjoy riding. Good day mga sirs, Motoprof here, bringing you another day, another vlog, another ride, and as promised, here we go with our history vlog Supremo Trail. I've learned about this when I read an article posted online on the Manila Times website entitled Do the Supremo Trail, written by Joseph T. Bautista, dated November 13, 2017. That time, of course, I've gotten interested, but only after 3 years I've completed it. Hindi nga lang same day recording, but nevertheless, I did it naman. To start off, I went to Indang, Cavite where he was arrested. We learned, as mentioned in my previous vlog, ang pagtakip kay Andres Bonifacio, that this is where Andres and his brother Procopio was arrested, and his older brother Siriaco was killed. He was badly wounded by a gunshot on his left arm and a dagger strike on the left side of his neck. Then he was placed in a hammock and set out for Indang en route to Maragondon. If you're going to travel here by car or motorcycle, the nearest route will take you 47 minutes to get there. That's 29.3 kilometers of travel. If you travel on foot, it will take you 4 hours and 24 minutes or 22.6 kilometers. So imagine nyo na lang nung panahon ni Bonifacio, naglakad lang sila papunta Maragondon, and for sure, puro gubat pa nung daanan time na yun. Not to mention may injury pa siya. Dun pa lang, saludo na ako kay Supremo. Our next stop is the Museo ng Paglilitis si Andres Bonifacio, or the Teodorico Reyes Ancestral House in Maragondon, Cavite. According to Wikipedia, it was built in 1889 and served as a military court. It has since then converted into a museum. It was formally inaugurated on November 28, 2014. As the name suggests, this is where Andres and his brother Procopio was court-martialed on May 5, 1897 and was sentenced with death penalty. The military court was then presided by General Mariano Noriel. The museum has 5 galleries. May Pag-asa, which provides a short background on Andres Bonifacio and the Katipunan. Pagsalubong, which focuses on the conflict between the two Katipunan factions in Cavite, the Magdalo and Magdiwang. Pagdakip narrates the events leading to Bonifacio's arrest. Ang Paglilitis reenacts the Bonifacio brothers' court-martial through a light and sound presentation. And last but not the least, Kadakilaan, recounts the anguish of Bonifacio's widow, Gregoria de Jesus, in learning of her husband's death. According to the article after the trial, written by Mr. Michael Chua for the ManilaTimes.net, the investigation on the Bonifacio brothers' case only lasted for 6 days. It started in Naik on April 28, 1897 and ended at this old house in Maragondon, Cavite. The Council of War members, of course, recommended a guilty verdict and forwarded a death sentence, except for Colonels Infante, Riel, and Riego de Dios, who wanted a commutation to banishment. Aguinaldo was supposedly hesitant but ordered the execution after being warned by Mariano Noriel and Pio del Pilar that they would be killed by Bonifacio if they let them live. May pagkatuso rin to mga to no? An article posted on EsquireMag.ph entitled The Untold Story of Andres Bonifacio's Execution said that the trial was a sham. Bonifacio was tried by a jury of Aguinaldo's peers. Also worth mentioning is Placido Martinez, who acted as Bonifacio's defense lawyer, who then also was a member of the War Council, declared Bonifacio's guilt. Instead of defending Bonifacio, diniin niya pa to. Ay nako. Moving on to our last stop, from Bonifacio Trial House, I traversed the steep rocky roads of Mount Nagpatong. It is said to be the place where the Bonifacio brothers, Andres and Procopio, was killed. Going here was not easy. Malubak at mabato ang daan, not to mention matarik pa. Getting lost in the middle of this mountainous road is inevitable. Buti na lang kasama ko si Magta. Si Magtanong. There are locals who are more than happy to point the direction naman. And I'll tell you, it's worth it once makapunta ka doon sa lugar. The smell of the earth and the breeze of the mountain was really something. As if someone was welcoming us. I started to think nga Andres Bonifacio traveled here in this mountain, placed in a hammock, not knowing it will be the end of him. There are 2 versions of stories on how Andres Bonifacio met his end. Both was written by the only eyewitness to the story. Comandante Lazaro Macapagal. According to the article on Inquirer.net titled Bonifacio'S Death, an eyewitness account written by Mr. Ambeto Campo, Macapagal gave two public statements. First, to the Philippine Free Press in 1928. Second, in a detailed letter to historian Jose P. Santos dated June 27, 1929. According to Lazaro Macapagal, while they were seated at the foot of the small round mountain near the water and the bamboo, Andres Bonifacio said, "Since we are nearing Mount Tala, why don't you open the envelope so we will know where you will leave us?" The document was read, and at the words, "Shoot the brothers," Procopio jumped and exclaimed, "Naku, kuyang!" Andres fell to his knees and was to embrace me, shouting, "Kapatid, patawarin mo ako," wrote Macapagal. Macapagal moved back, his eyes on Procopio, who was the stronger of the two, fearful he might get the upper hand. Scared the brothers would resist or escape and hide in the forest, Macapagal ordered his men to prepare for the execution. With a mix of pity for the brothers and fear for what would happen if he did not accomplish the grim tasks entrusted to him. At this point, the brothers fell silent. He first led Procopio to the edge of the forest, far from Andres' sight, and shot him there. When he returned, Andres fell to his knees again and wailed, "Kapatid, patawarin mo ako." He replied, "Wala akong magagawa." Andres Bonifacio then bolted into the forest and was caught at the end of a small river, where they shot him. The soldiers didn't have shovels to dig a proper grave, but did the best they could with the bayonets. The Bonifacio brothers' bodies have never been found. Others refuted the story by Macapagal, who I almost forgot to mention, an ancestor of the president Estado Macapagal and her daughter Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. Some said Bonifacio was impossible to beg for mercy. Atapang tao nga eh. Others said Andres Bonifacio was chopped to death, and others even claimed that Bonifacio was already dead in Libon, Indang and never really faced trial. So there you have it, the Supremo Trail, visiting the three monuments of Andres Bonifacio in Cavite, where he spent his last few days. Like I said in my previous vlog, it's sad that the man who fought for our freedom met his demise not at the hands of his enemies, but his fellow Filipinos. And to think, walang state funeral si Supremo kasi nga walang remains to begin with. Ayun na nakakalungkot isipin. If you plan to visit these places, much better na mag-research muna para iwas sa berya, lalo ngayong pandemic. Pero like I said, once you visited these places, sobrang worth it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Click the thumbs up button if you like this video, and comment down below if you have any comments, clarifications, questions. Pipilitin ko sagutin yan, okay? Always remember, stay in class and ride with class. Woo!